I just always loved horses. When I was a little girl, they fascinated me. I wanted to get to know them better. I just loved horses. And you get these times in business gets not so good or whatever, the ups and the downs, but really the love of all of it, and that is still this little girl inside of me that that's why I'm here and that's why I do it. I started with hunters, equitation, of course, and then, when I kind of got good enough, I could do jumpers. And so I did all of it, and I loved all of it, hunters, jumpers, and equitation, all of the different disciplines with different horses. My mother had ridden as a child, and my great-grandfather was a horse and mule dealer, one of the largest ones in Pennsylvania. Long time ago. They say the tractor put him out of business, actually. So Mother had ridden, and we joined the Flint Ridge Riding Club in Pasadena, California when I was 4 years old, and that's when I got started. Being at the Flint Ridge Riding Club, getting to know Fran Steinwedel, she has been a part of the family practically for years, and Francie, her daughter, and I grew up together there at the riding club. So Fran, great owner for years and years with so many horses.
We spent hours at the barn early on. She was a kid. And this is Flint Ridge Riding Club. I watched her ride all the time. Land is, as we say, did not lie to horses much. She knew where she was, and she was good, and she didn't make a mistake, much of a mistake, that's lying to a horse to me. Go to the jump and lie to them as far as where to take off or whatever.
I think what sets Anne apart and why she has had so much success over the years is, well, first of all, her vast knowledge. She's trained with the best people, not only in show jumping, but also dressage, and is very well-rounded in her knowledge of horses and horsemanship.
As a little kid there at Flint Ridge, there were riders that had been to the Olympics, Mary Mars Chapeau, Robert Ridland. So the Olympics were on the radar when I was a little girl, because some riders from Flint Ridge had already gone and done that. So yeah, I dreamed about it for sure, going there. My international career dreams really started with Spruce Meadows. I was still in high school, and I got to ride on the team at Spruce Meadows, and I think I did for about 9 years in a row then after that. But as a high school kid, this was, oh my God, my dream to get to show with a pink coat, and some of the riders there, I think even Hans Winkler showed then. It was maybe one of the last times he showed, the famous German rider, and Eddie Macken, and so many top European riders. And these guys that some I'd seen in the picture books. Say, oh wow, I get to do this, and so that really is what got me into the international show jumping. But back then, I have to say, still being a woman competing against, especially the European men, was a big deal. When we could win anywhere in the world and have great results, because it was such a male-dominated sport. It's so different today, I think. So that was always fun, having an all-girl winning team, winning the Nations Cup at Hickstead, all girls. That was a big deal in the press, and that we did it. I never thought about it, because here in the States, we all ride against boys and girls your whole career. But at that time, still, to be a woman winning at the top level of the sport, it was a big deal. It was, and it was just an extra add-on of, oh yeah, we girls, we did it, and yeah, how cool is that? 1984, the Los Angeles Olympics were coming, and was on the horizon. And so, again, could I get to the Olympic Games? Could I do that right there in LA? And we put a syndicate together, California Limited Partnership at the time, to get a horse to go to the Los Angeles Olympic Games. And it was a thick document like this. And even in that, it said that I was going to the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, which is pretty wild. Kind of a Disney story, really. And from there, you know, early 80s, 81, got my first Olympic horse in preparation for Los Angeles. So Livia's my first Olympic horse, was just an amazing horse. And, you know, I didn't know about jumping at that level, but he did. So he was a great teacher for me.
Of course, she went on to ride in a lot more Olympic Games than I ever did. And then she again was in the Seoul Olympics. And that was her best showing. The team won silver, and she ended up fourth individually.
The Seoul Olympics were amazing. I'm thankful that I got to be the alternate in Los Angeles. You know, that was painful at the time. But then to really make the team on Starman to ride in Seoul was amazing. And I felt so prepared because I had a dry run in Los Angeles. And Starman was fabulous. He was a Westphalian stallion. He won in the hunters because he had such a beautiful technique, a beautiful style. But the bigger the crowd and the bigger the jumps, the better he jumped and the more into it he was. And I always felt like I could jump anything. I could jump a barn when I was riding Starman. So the bigger the crowd, the better. And to me, he was really a true Olympic kind of championship horse because of that.
Yeah, he did. He was a pretty good-looking horse. Yeah, he showed confirmation hunter one year just for fun. You know, we wanted to backhand, you know, if we could. That's what people like us who've retired from the saddle do. We believed in her.
The Barcelona jump.
And she does it. We're in great shape.
That Olympic Games was followed by Barcelona, and she had a horse called Cannonball, who was a real squirrel. He was a wonderful jumper, but oh boy, what a naughty boy he was. And of course, the first round of the Nations Cup didn't go at all well. And so the second round of the Nations Cup, Anne became very famous because she had to ride the whole second round with her stick up going, which she became quite famous for that, the Anne Kursinski growl. But you know what? It got him around, and she got around, I think, with just one down, and it was just amazing. And again, that was an illustration of her total guts and determination, because I don't think there were very many people, if any, that could have gotten that horse around the course that day. And by God, she did, and with a score that counted.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to have so many top horses in my lifetime, my career, and to develop them is really amazing experience as well. I've had several great ones, and of course Arrow's one of my favorite ones because I got him as a 5-year-old, and when he was a little ewe-necked, hot thoroughbred, Australian thoroughbred, and I saw him and thought, I think he could go to the Olympics, I really do, and he was only 5, and he would jump this high over everything, and hot, and so developing one like that, and then keeping him till he was in his early 30s was quite all of that experience. Fantastic to develop them, how much to show, not show. Then, of course, get older and deal with their injuries and how to, their weaknesses and things. The success with so many of those, it's a deeper feeling with them. They're your best friends, your buddies. You travel all over the world with them, and winning and losing and all of that. It's a very, very special relationship.
I think her main contribution to the sport is, number one, her dedication to the team. Anne obviously had wonderful results as an individual, but she always put the Nations Cup and the team far, far above any individual competition.
Oh, there's so much to being on a U.S. team, on any big team. The camaraderie with the other riders, the representing your country. I've just always loved being a team member. I love winning Grand Prix, of course, but to win with a team and you're representing the United States, to me, there's nothing like it.
And being on a team with Anne we were sort of opposites, actually. She was very, very intense in every detail and had to be perfectly monitored. And of course, I've always been a very laid-back person, to a fault. So we really complemented each other, and we really became fast friends, being total opposites, really. And of course, we had a great showing at the Caracas Games. We won team gold.
Another thing that I've done in my lifetime is really build this farm. Buy 120 acres, which I never thought I would do, and did I really need it? No, but to build a barn that I love and that the horses love being here, and it just is a great, the energy and the feeling here. I love being here and riding 10-acre field and big sand ring and an indoor ring, and I love it to have a place for my horses to be. And I gave it the name of Market Street years ago because my great-grandfather, who was this horse and mule dealer, he had his horse and mule dealership in York, Pennsylvania on Market Street, and that's where the name of my stable came from. I love my teaching. Of course, riding is my first passion, but then teaching as well. And I started teaching when I was still kind of a junior. Already I was teaching younger riders at the riding club.
What's the course? What's the exercise? What are we working on?
Yeah, Anne's a great teacher. She articulates well. She's enthusiastic. She's now doing a lot of jobs chef to keeping. She just came back from winning silver in Spain with a young group of riders, very good riders, all girls. And, that enthusiasm and that dedication just never stops with her.
I've always enjoyed my teaching, but then again, the teaching with the team, with the young riders, with even our junior teams we've taken to Europe, the EAP coaching I've done. I do love to give back to the sport, to help the younger riders. And I have experienced it from a little kid, starting out the riding club at 4, and the ups and downs and the highs and the lows and the winning and the losing, all the way to the Olympics. I'm very, very thankful for all of my experiences. And winning this award here, I've really reflected on it way more, which has been kind of fun. For me, horses just have done so much for me in my life. If it wasn't for the horses, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have had the career I have and that I've had. And being able to share that for other children, to, like I say, follow your dreams and take care of the horses, love them, be the best you can. And if I can share that with others, it makes me happy to do that. I'm extremely, honored and flattered and humbled to receive this USHJA Lifetime Achievement Award. Like I say, for all the great experiences, the great horses, the amazing people, all the travel, that these horses and our sport, our sport has done for my life.